Coming at you from the OLR podcast studio.
It's really more of a basement.
Coming to you from the OLR basement studio.
But it's still a podcast.
Coming to you from the podcast basement studio.
Yeah, but you still need to say OLR.
Coming to you from the OLR podcast basement studio.
Oh, that's way too many words.
Coming at you.
That's not enough. You still need to say OLR.
Let's just start. It's OLR.
Welcome to the show.
Well, for once in your life, you look better than you sound, buddy. You sound terrible.
I feel terrible. I don't feel terrible anymore. I felt terrible. I've been feeling it. But I'm on the come up. I'm on the come up right now.
Comeuppance.
Yeah, I'm getting my comeuppance right now.
Can you spell comeuppance?
Nope, sure can't.
C-O-M-E uppance.
U-P-E-N-C-E.
Is it C-U-M or C-O-M-E?
I would go with O-M-E. That's where I would go. That's what I would do.
Well,
I don't know. It's up to you.
Sometimes they use
really
soft.
Yeah, and sometimes it's too soft. Do anything with. You know what I mean?
Well, generally, if it's C-O-M, in this instance, we'll go with C-O-M-E.
Yeah, U-P.
C-O-M-E-U-P.
E-N-C-E.
I think it's A-N-C-E.
Could be.
Could be an E-N-C.
Yeah.
E.
Yeah, I don't know.
Either way,
I don't know.
You're on the.
I'm on the up.
You're like Hank Williams Jr. You're feeling better now that you're back on the road.
So let me
Getting it together.
let me tell you, I'm not a big Wrangler pants man.
Oh, thank God.
But you know what? You know what I found that Wrangler has?
Well, I can see your ankles.
These pants right here. Look at this.
Well, they're
See that kind of stretch pants I've got on?
Yeah, they're
This
working.
ninja shit. Look here.
You're not supposed to be able to have flexibility.
You don't put
comfort in the Wranglers.
not like that, right? You can't.
Who
can do that?
I've just got normal shorts on. I can't do my leg like that. But I'm just not as flexible as you,
Yeah.
I guess. I've not spent a lot of time in back seats of cars in my life. Apparently, I would make a terrible high school slut.
No, you wouldn't.
Because I'm not very flexible. I can't get my leg in tight.
You just
spots.
get out of the car. Is what all you do.
Yeah, just.
So anyway, I went and got these Wrangler pants last night because I bought a pair on a whim the other day, and some stretchy pants. As a big guy, you should be able to.
You should be able to move.
You should be able to move. And as everybody knows, I'm kind of ninja agile for a big guy. I'm the Chris Farley of ninja shit.
One would say
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, And so a ninja like me needs to be able to spring into action at any point in time.
Any given time when
And-
called upon with a jiu-jitsu black belt.
Background, I would say, not
Experience.
black belt. But a deadly person like me needs to be able to move. So I got these stretchy pants, and I really like it. But here's the important part that you haven't even commented on since you've been here. I see you seen it now, though. It's kind of weird, ain't it? What's that hat?
Well, I looked at that hat. You got at Tractor Supply is exactly where you got it because I looked at that same hat.
Uh-huh.
I can't believe it fits your head.
20 years. I've not had, you call these summer hats, trucker hats, whatever you call them, ones that's got the mesh on the back half of it.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It's been 20 years since I was able to wear a snapback hat.
Does heads lose weight?
No.
Oh,
Let me tell you what happened. The smartest son of a bitch that's ever been, what brand is this? Look up here and see what brand that is.
Ridge cut.
Ridge Cut, the smartest son of a bitch at Ridge Cut decided, you know what I can make? I can make a flex fit hat
With a
and a snapback.
Well, that's innovation.
That's innovation if I've ever seen it.
It's a step.
Because, people had those over there and then some people had these over here and nobody thought, let's put them together except for whoever done it here. And I walked past it and I put it on and I couldn't believe it because almost every time I see a snapback hat, I'll try it on. I'll put it on the last clip,
Yeah.
try it on. Most of the time they don't fit. You know what? I'm not even on the last clip. I've got 2 sets of snaps.
I ain't gonna lie to you. It looks good on you.
I appreciate it. It's the first one in 20 years I've been able to wear that's a snapback.
So,
I almost bought 2 of them.
People like you are really the only reason that flex fit hats exist. I think they're terrible. I think they fit terrible. But in the case of big-headed guys like you, they're necessary.
You know what size hat do you wear? Just so anybody,
I don't know. We're all
wonders.
snapbacks. I'm 7 and something, 7 1/4 maybe.
7 1/4.
I mean, that's just guessing.
Okay. You know what size hat I wear? An 8. Find you an 8 and put on. Anybody that's wondering. Anybody that's thinking, his head can't be that big, find you an 8 somewhere.
Maybe I'm not a 7 1/4 if you're an 8.
Yeah, that's why.
Maybe I'm a 6 5/8 if you're an 8.
Yeah, find you an 8 somewhere and put it on. If you can find you one, you find a hat that's marked as double extra large flex fit. That's the ones that I take and I pop the stitches loose in those so that I can don't get a headache when I wear them.
I've got a real problem with I don't wear flex fit.
Right.
Obviously, I just said that. They just don't fit well to my head. I don't have the nicest shaped head. It's a little odd shaped myself. I got a little Peyton Manning going on here, and but also when you're talking about what size of hats I wear, generally 9 times out of 10, a fitted hat is not made for our demographic.
Oh yeah.
They're made.
Yeah.
They're made for non white folks sometimes now. You know what I'm saying? That's just being real. I mean, I'm not going to wear a flat bill hat. I'm not Paul Wall.
Right.
Talking about my grill. I'm not going to wear, I've not bought a lot of Mitchell and Ness throwback hats in my time with a flat bill, 7 1/4, 7 1/8, 6 5/8, whatever you may have. I got a lot of hats like you got on right there. I got a lot of snapbacks.
Yeah.
Because I'm white.
Yeah.
That's just what.
Well, you got to have a curved rim.
Listen, I want to wear a normal hat for a Titans hat. It's like they don't make a normal hat.
You got such a pointy head, though.
Now, I told you I had a lot of Peyton Manning here. It's like
I don't know what that means.
My head looks like a peanut.
Okay.
You see me in the
I'll take that.
Sometimes
I don't know what Peyton Manning's head looks like.
You never saw the guy.
I have, but I've never. I don't look at him that much. I've not seen him. I don't know
when my hair started receding a little more, it just felt like, man.
That's a pain in the ass.
That's a long ass head. I just look at my head, and sometimes I look at myself when my hair's grown out a little bit. I'm like, why do I look like Patrick from SpongeBob?
You've referenced the 5 head quite a bit.
It's a lot though. Look at that. I just look.
No, I meant just the word. I have a 5 head now. I don't like it. That's why I wear hats.
I got this. Well, but look. Either way,
you cut your hair too short is the problem. Really, you cut your hair longer so everybody can see your 5 head.
It's because it grows out too much, and I have this weird ass cow lick right here that just sits like a.
You got it. You got to
what?
just ride through it for a little while. You got to give it about a month of just looking terrible so that you can get a longer haircut.
Yeah, I just can't. I can't fight through this big clump right here that just needs bush hog. Like the rest of it just needs a 1.5 trim with a scissor cut, But this right here, after 2 days going to the barbershop, this needs to be bush hogged on the side. And it's bullshit. I told the lady today, cut it. She cuts my hair about one. This lady's just a random I pop in on. And I just said, hey, this right here, this up here is bullshit. It needs a little extra attention. I need to just, make love to that part a little bit. When you cut everything else normal, make love to this because here in 2 days, if you don't cut it right, I'm going to be back in here. You're going to have to be touching this up again.
How much do you spend on haircuts?
A lot, it seems like. Well, it just depends
where
I go.
Do you go?
Here's the OGs. I got Alicia down in town.
Yeah.
Who's $8.
Right.
And she's a terrific lady, but she's going part-time on us. She's 65 years old.
Right.
She already didn't work Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
She stopped working on Saturdays now. So you
That's
got
hard.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to get in there to her. When all of Gainesboro is trying to go to Dixie Cuts to get a haircut, okay?
Right.
Amber Flatt has cut my hair in Cookeville and does a terrific job. Lindsay Casey has cut my hair and does a terrific job. Lori Sullivan used to do it, and she done a terrific job. I'm just not loyal to my hairdressers, to my beauty shop.
So I'm back to my first question. Is how often do you go?
I get it cut every 2 weeks.
2 weeks, really?
My hair needs to be bush hogged on this top. I get this extra frizz in my hair that I can't explain. I got a little bit of just unruliness, Lucas, and I'm in sales, buddy. I've got to look presentable at all times. I got to keep the beard tight. I got to keep the hair looking good. I'm a sex symbol more or less. And I can't be out here with my hair looking ratchet, as the children say.
I think you should grow a mullet.
It would probably be a decent looking mullet if it goes, but this cow lick.
Give it, if you was to wait 6 weeks on a haircut instead of 2, I think you can get a completely new hairstyle.
Yeah, it'd be called softball lesbian.
Yeah.
That's what it'd be.
What's wrong with that?
Well, it's just not the demographic I'm shooting for. You know, not the fashion statement I'm looking for myself. The only time I feel completely robbed when I get a haircut is when, God forbid, I work late or I get off at the same time every day. But if there's something happening and I need a haircut the next day, I got to look presentable the next day, and the only people open is Sport Clips. Sport Clips on the top don't get you that bad, right? You walk in there and it's like $17. It's like $17.
They've hit you right off.
That's a lot for a guy's haircut who's generally just a boom.
That had it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, generally. If I'm going a month, I'm really slumming it. But I mean, I'm going to be in your chair 8 minutes for a normal haircut. Here's what happens. These ladies act like they want to know my life story. You know, they sit down with the whole, how was your day? The next thing we know, we're in a rabbit hole, and we're in a therapy session back there when I got the towel over my face. You know?
Yeah, but it's not your therapy session. They're telling you their stuff.
Lots of times, yes. Yeah. I had one that moved from Nashville. It's always the Sport Clips girls. You know, the girls that aren't going to be there in 2 months. I'm not trying to develop a relationship with you because you're like, it's just a revolving door in Sport Clips. Nobody's ever there long.
You know, and I've been to Sport Clips like 2 or 3 times, and they get you with that question, you know, how was your day? They really don't care. They want to tell you about their day.
Yeah, I've experienced it. I had a woman talk about her boyfriend leaving her. She lived her. She was an accountant in Nashville and ended up buying a farm in Sparta to cut hair. Yeah, because her boyfriend dicked her around, but then he left her when they got here. And I just said, "Hey,
that's what I heard.
Just go ahead and hit me with that straight razor on the back of my neck and get out of here." Here's where they get you. $17 is enough for somebody that's going to be. I'm going to be in your chair 8 minutes, and then they say, "Well, do you want that MVP?" And I'd heard people talk about that MVP. And I was like, "Sure, I'll get that MVP." So you go back to that shower room. You lay back in that little massaging chair. They put you put the cold or hot, it's your option, all over your face. They give you I don't understand.
Hot.
How come I can't give myself a massage?
You can, right in the face.
You ever had somebody give you this is completely hypothetical.
Yeah.
For the people. Well, you ever had a girl take you for a slow jack and like, well, that's not how I do it. Let me show you how to do it. So how come I can't wash my own hair and it feels that good? When I sit in a beauty shop salon chair and they're moving those fingers so roundabout, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is the best head rub I've ever got from a shampoo.
Yeah.
In my life. So they've got you there, right?
Right.
Then the first time I was like, oh my God, this MVP. And they're like, wait a minute, you're not done.
Oh man,
sit back in the chair.
Yeah.
Let me hit you with a straight razor.
Hit me with it.
And then the back massager.
Oh. Yeah.
They got the Eager Beaver 7500 on my back.
Bam.
You know? My man booms are shaking in the front. It's vibrating so hard, right? Then I'm like, well, you mean hit that beard for you? I was like, of course I want you to trim my beard for me. I got to look good in my business.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you're up at the register, 17, boom, $24.99, 5, 33. What? 33. I go back to Alicia and I said, Alicia, what are you doing to me? I said, I just got my hair cut at Sport Clips for $33. That's 4 haircuts from you. $33. You know how sick I feel? It's like buying a prostitute without really getting any. You know, you got to feel dirty.
$33 for a haircut that at most happens once every 4 weeks.
I could get my haircut every week from Alicia for that one little experience.
That is so much money for a haircut.
It is.
I know there's girls out there that's going, oh, you know, it's $70 or $75 to get my haircut. Yeah, but you got to get your eyebrows waxed, you get your eyelashes trimmed, you get your nose hair plucked, you get your ears, waxed or whatever it is you do. You get your hair cut and colored. Like, we don't know what color your damn hair is anyway. You got to get your hair colored and everything. That's what your $75 goes to. Ours is just, plug the clippers in, make sure they've been, add some alcohol poured on them, and just get the clipping. That's all you got to do. Get the clipping. Maybe trim some, get the scissors, maybe hit the top a little bit, come around the backside.
$33.
It's a lot. It costs $30 for me, Camden, and Eli to all get our haircut.
Do you think the OG Wrangler wearers approve of the Wranglers you have on?
I don't care what they approve of.
Stand up for a second.
Let me show you.
Yeah.
Let me show you.
Give me a catwalk here.
No. Let me just show you. Look here. Look here. This pocket here.
Oh, well.
Oh, hold on. Let me show you.
I don't hide a couple grams in that thing.
Look here. Here.
Oh, my God. You did a full.
Wrangler.
No. He's doing a full squat. Right. He's doing like a downward dog. Well, I didn't toe touch. Are you been doing DDP yoga? It's not your mama's yoga. You're very fat. You've been doing exercises here in the gym, in the garage. Those are not. I don't even feel. Those are like the Dale Earnhardt Wrangler, Dale Jr. Wranglers. They're not like. They're not Lane Frost Wranglers.
No, I mean I'm not. I could cowboy in them, but you know what? You know why I couldn't cowboy in them though? Those guys riding bulls, the pants don't let them fly off. I could have a leg behind my damn head, and I couldn't do nothing.
Have you ever wore Wranglers?
Oh yeah,
you wore them. You
used to have to wear them every day. Wranglers makes a line of fire suppressive jeans. And I used to have to wear them in the casting department.
That's stupid.
You know, it's not really as stupid as what you would think whenever you've got, 2,200 degree molten aluminum flying through the air sometimes. You know, you don't want to wind up with that on some regular old cotton and be on fire.
Whatever you got to do. I wore Wranglers one time. I bought
a wedding.
I think I've told this story on here.
Go ahead.
Well, I just AJ Craggett I was in his wedding in 2009, and I just heard rumors that I was going to wear Wranglers. So which I said, Brad, I've never put on a pair of Wranglers in my life. Brad, to try them on, I tried to put his pants on and got up to about my shin.
Yeah.
And I called AJ. I said, "Hey man, what's up?
Ain't happening. Yeah.
So what are we wearing in your wedding?" He said, "I'm trying to save y'all some money from having to go buy tuxedos and vests and all that."
So we'll buy a $70 pair of pants.
He said, "So just wear your Wranglers, and we are going to wear the vest. We're going to rent the vest, but I need you to just, wear your Wranglers." I said, "I don't know, AJ. We've been friends for a better part of a decade. I don't know that the last time you saw me in a pair of Wranglers. I don't think, and I wear American Eagle. Can I just wear those?" We're trying to match up.
Yeah.
So I went to the good old making department, bought them for, $35, $40.
Never worn them since.
And never wore them since. My wife just sold them on Facebook Market the other day for like $12, which is a win.
Yeah, that's not bad.
12 years later, or whatever, how many years that goes.
I was about to tell you, bring them to me. I'll start wearing them. I have two pair of
the actual correct Wrangler pronunciation when you're going to say that, to her.
Yeah, I have two per.
Yeah, okay.
Right now, they're the Wrangler Tennessee Heritage.
Fuck, that's like special edition.
They are special edition. They're fantastic.
It's like it's like the Texas edition of Chevrolets or something, isn't it?
Yeah, but I like them. They're good. They're nowhere near as good as this. Look here.
I feel like those are Aeropostale or something. I don't feel like those are.
Look here.
Do you get those at Cato's?
I got these at Tractor Supply.
The only thing that those, I've seen a lot of 72-year-old women buy comfortable pants like that from Cato.
You know what they can't do?
Cato.
Can't do any ninja shit like that.
My mom used to think that was the spot right there.
Cato's? Yeah.
Cato's. She's like, "I'm going to go to Cato's to get me a new outfit." I'm like, whoa. Heck yeah.
That's one of those places that it was at one point, and then somehow it slipped out from under everybody.
How does Macon department store still open? Just reference it. I just drove on the square the other day, and all these new trendy, businesses are coming.
Around.
All these, is it boutique or boutique? You said boutique.
I say boutique. I went into one of the boutiques, and they had all of those shirts that, don't. It was a men's boutique. It's like, don't step on my truck and I won't blow smoke in your face or something like that. Or, just dumb shit.
Wait, which
about
one
your big
is
truck.
it?
I don't know what the name of it was.
I think it's the same one I've been into, and I like it.
Okay. Well, you like those big, stupid trucks. So go ahead.
No. I didn't get to crap on it. Panama City had nothing but squatted trucks.
Really?
All them idiots. Bunch of...
Slip back into the 90s.
There was so many 17-year-old boys driving jacked up Chevrolets that their daddy paid for. I thought I was in Salina, but no, here I was. I was actually in Panama City.
Huh.
But yeah, they're squatted, just squatted. Big old. I'm talking about big Tahoe, Silverado, squatted. Big ugly. Like huge, humongous tires, squatted. Anyway.
When you say squatted, you mean leaning backwards?
Yeah, I meant like
sitting back, like the front end's jacked up, and the ass end is down. That's the dumbest look ever. Yeah. You can't see out of a truck anyway. You jack it up, you sure can't see out. You know what we should do? We should raise the front end up higher, so I really can't see what's in front of me. Let's just take out an entire school zone full of kids because I can't see the crossing guard.
So I don't wear those stupid shirts. By the way, I don't like stupid trucks.
Right.
I'm in the Mally today just to be cost efficient.
Well, you are. If you're anything, you're efficient.
I get after it. Yeah. And there is a one out by Verizon in Lafayette called the Bro Tea Company.
Okay.
They're doing vending. They're doing a booth at the Sweet Bells Farm Sale at 5779 Jennings Creek Highway, Willowville, Tennessee.
Hit 'em with it.
October 22nd, 23rd. That's right. It's also coincides with the North Springs Music Festival. You can get your tickets on Eventbrite.com. Cheap plug.
How much are they, buddy?
$35. So $35, 8 acts. It's no big deal. You know, a lot of people are coming. You don't want to come.
Be there, don't be there. You know,
there's an old saying like "Be there, be square." It's, I'm not really there to be. I don't know.
If you ain't there, we'll talk about you. They'll talk about you.
It's like on TikTok. If you ain't the North Springs Music Festival, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? So you don't know what I'm talking about, but you should. Bro Teak though, man, it's a good little store. I bought me a T-shirt out there.
What'd you get? Black Rifle Coffee Company shirt?
No, just old volunteer tradition shirt.
Oh, okay.
Just your typical old white boy shirt.
All right.
So, man, speaking of stretchy pants, the highlight of my life this week was courtesy, and you want to look this up.
Let me get it.
Maybe you slept under a rock in the last few days.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I'm going to say it's Demi Bagby. She's a personal trainer.
What do you think the chances of me spelling that right are?
0 to none.
Oh, never mind. I didn't have to. It was the very first thing.
Type in Padres pitch.
I see this right here.
Demi Bagby threw the greatest first pitch of all time before the Padres game. And the still frames do it zero justice, other than she's doing an amazing split. Those jeans, jeans are not store bought. Those are flex fit.
Here's the thing about her jeans right there. They're a little too tight. You know why they're too? You know how I can tell? You know how I can tell they're too tight? She can't get her split all the way out.
Well, that's a still frame, Lucas. She actually
did get it all the way out.
Oh, God.
Let's see what happens.
I didn't know this girl existed, Lucas. Never saw her in my life. I'm just going on Instagram the other day, and House of Highlights hit it, and I was like, oh, there's an attractive girl pitching here. Let's see her. Then she's like, well, nope. Backflip. Split. Oh. Then throws the pitch. Then she gets up, throws a little HBK nip up with the spirit fingers with a long, blowing, flowing, curly Jesse Spano hair.
I will say this. She's very pretty. Now, what I will ask is, why was she picked to do that other than the fact she's really pretty? What else does she have?
Because it's baseball and the ratings are probably .06 because nobody's watching it. So listen here, Mackie.
Let me tell you one. Let me ask you, or not ask you. Let me point out one thing why the ratings might be so shit. They had to bring her in specially, but their mascot was a 1400s monk dressed in the long brown burlap with the big nose and the thing around his head. They ought to swap those. They ought to keep her there more often. And bring that.
What's a Padre?
I have no idea.
What is a Padre? Tony Gwynn's rolling in his grave watching that video. Yeah. No, you know about Tony Gwynn.
I don't know anything.
Suck on it, baseball haters. So Brandon Howell, Quentin Gass, Jeremy Mackey, all you baseball enthusiasts, Clay Dotson, if you still listen, bring Demi Bagby to the games more often on Bally Sports. And people will watch your stupid America's Pastime because that, and she hits that beautiful, look at it. I mean, that was just, and you see some people, some grown-ass men, Peyton Manning couldn't even get the ball to the mound, from the mound to the catcher the other day. He even fumbled, and he's one of the greatest quarterbacks in history. This girl does all that, and from her crotch, basically, throws the pitch.
She was 25 foot in front of the mound, too.
Don't you disparage her name right now. I'll not take any Demi Bagby
she
slander.
Must be a CrossFitter or something.
I never knew who she existed until that day. I like to know how many more Instagram followers she gained just off that amazing athletic feat she just pulled. I watched one of her videos on Instagram today. She's doing all too much. She's in the beach, in the water, doing those doing the
battle ropes.
But the ropes, but she's not only just doing the battle ropes, she catches air as she's doing the battle ropes. And she gets on her belly, jumps back up, does it. She's doing nip ups. She does a nip up. You know how you do burpees, regular burpees? She's going backwards, doing a nip up, burpee, up, back. It's too much.
So let's see who she is here. Bagby has a massive social media following with nearly 2 million subscribers on YouTube and 13.9 million on TikTok. Prior to her athletic accomplishments and internet fame, it wasn't always certain that she would be able to walk. In 2014, Bagby suffered a freak cheerleading accident in which she broke her back.
Oh.
She was left paralyzed as a result. During her recovery period, the San Diego native became enthralled with CrossFit and calisthenics. As she worked back to full health, she vowed to become involved with the sports if she could walk again.
How?
7 years later.
How'd she break her back?
She's in a freak cheerleading accident. It's probably a flyer. As little as she is, she probably got threw up in the air and everybody missed her.
Remember when Nikki Ray got her ass dropped down there at school that time? God. This girl weighed 46 pounds at her top.
Everybody missed her.
How in the hell did cheerleaders miss her?
Oh, I've never heard something so loud. That was so bad.
That was probably the most exciting thing that happened in that basketball game that night. If I know anything about Hermit Springs basketball history,
look here. She's 20 years old, so she was 13 and broke her back.
That girl's 20 years old.
That girl's 20 years old.
I'm a dirty pervert. That's official, like a referee with a whistle. Yours truly is a dirty pervert. Because
I really like the way.
Watch it, pervert. We got a fun game at my house. Anytime.
I really like the way you say pervert.
Well, so she's 20. That means we were 17 when she was born.
Oh, God.
You know, I was somewhere being disgusting, wearing a chain like I'm, there's nothing worse in this world than white people who think they're black. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And that's got to stop. That's like a pandemic.
Well, that's the cultural appropriation that everybody's mad about.
But I was doing it. I was white trying to be black before it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I was a hipster.
You were an early adopter, that's true.
I was hipster. I'm like a hipster now. I can look at it and be like,
it's only our 190th show or something. You'd think I'd figure it out by now.
It's horseshit, really. But
go ahead.
We're so all over the place. I bet you don't talk to your kids. We have a fun game at my house talking about pervert. If I'm peeing and the door's unlocked and Waylon walks in, I hit him with that Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover, and I'll say, "Watch it, pervert."
That's pretty funny. No, I don't have that relationship with my kids yet.
Well, they'll get there.
You're right.
One day.
I'll say after puberty, maybe we'll have that. But
I don't know that I hadn't said it to Bayless, but it was probably on accident just because I thought it was Waylon.
Right.
Now Waylon will be in there pissing. I walk in and say, "Watch it, pervert." I just feel like a dirty old man thinking.
Hold on. Okay, never mind. Keep going. Somehow this it was down, and I thought, it might have closed.
What's the appropriate age for me not to feel dirty about an attractive young lady?
No, I have no idea.
Set the boundaries. Girl was set over there. Tell me how old she should have been before I felt dirty at 37 and 3/4 years old.
Well, let me say this. Legally, she's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Hell, in Salina, she was legal about 6 years ago.
Yeah. When she broke her back, she was fine.
Legally, there'd be some dude that's just... I don't know if that's ever happened or not.
I don't know if that's true.
It was just a coin flip. Last week it was Red Bull, and this week I'm like, hey, Salina, get some hate.
I would say that, you know what? When do you think you would start having something in common with them?
I think the age, never.
Right.
Never, because by the time she gets to be 37 and we're 54, we're thinking about our 401ks, and she's just hitting her sexual prime. She's throwing some damn sildenafil in our drink at night, just hoping to get a little rise out of us.
Yeah,
I'm watching Matlock.
It's 10 years to 10 years to me seems like too much of a gap. So I don't know that I would have anything in common with a 26-year-old.
26-year-old. Yeah.
I don't know I don't know. I think they've got to be 30.
I had a friend of mine
attractive at 25 for sure. 26.
Oh, absolutely. Well, they're maybe the best looking they're ever going to be when they're 25, 26, because they get out of that 17, 18, you're good, but you don't get into your hips and everything. All
yeah,
the
women curves don't start coming in to 25.
And I'm gonna tell you another thing, high school boys. When you get with them thick girls in high school, you thinking they thick, you better get with them just somewhere.
One of the skinny ones are gonna turn
somewhere in between skinny and just right curvaceous.
Yeah,
because that's the ones gonna have that kid and be wow. Because you get them curvy ones, you think and then
and they are. They're beautiful.
Next thing you know, they got dump trucks. You take a look at your mama. That's generally the idea. You look at your mama, you're going to know.
And that is as good of an indicator as what you're
9 times out of 10, right?
I mean, it might go south.
It might look like their daddy, but you don't look like their daddy?
Right. I mean, it might be different, but, take a look at mama.
Here's the thing. Beverly is an attractive lady, so that's how you turned out so well. I knew you like when you were.
Oh, you had me pegged from
when you got thick in your middle school and we was all the jelly bellies. I thought, man, but Beverly, Luca's gonna have his come up at CUMP, however you spell it. Because Beverly got that. Beverly's.
I'll have my glow up.
Beautiful lady. Well, of course you did.
What about my skinny face, by the way?
It's looking good. You're looking good. The jiu-jitsu's working back. I'm glad your shoulders feeling good. You're looking good. You got a little cut on there. I don't know if you got this cut. Do you have this cut? Yeah, you do. Let's outcut. Oh, man. Boy, you looking good. You're looking good.
I appreciate that.
No, you do. You look
I've
good.
Told you last I've lost 14 pounds since I started jiu-jitsu back.
That's what I tell you last week.
That jiu-jitsu was working quick.
I said, Lucas.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean.
It states the obvious.
Yeah. I mean, I was fishing for it. I was shaking my ass at you the whole night,
I think you should get on TikTok and explain your journey.
No.
Okay. No. One more thing but other than your cut looking fantastic.
Yeah.
Give it to me one more time. Roll that sleeve up. What's the sleeve? Your sleeve is awful flexy too. You really do have a little bit of a little bicep, because biceps, look all day long, man, get that tricep because it takes up so much part of your arm. Look at that. Pop that tricep on me one time. Bam! But, I mean, it takes a minute to get that bicep, really.
But, here's the thing. I get a little bit extra. You know why? Because I used to have these big, long muscles. Now that muscle's a little shorter than it used to be.
Well, that's what happens.
And now it pops up a little higher than it used to. You know why it's a little shorter than it used to be? Because the tendons are down a little further than it used to be.
That's weird because they say when you lose weight, your muscle gets a little longer. It looks longer, at least, when you lose muscle.
Right.
Is that true?
I don't know.
When you get fatter, does your penis get smaller? Does it go back up in the shell somehow that it don't fully functionally get out there?
You've heard of the FUPA?
Yeah. What's the acronym for FUPA?
That fatter upper pubic area.
I gotcha.
Well, that's who hit me with that?
No.
Jeremy Hammer hit me with that.
Well, that's the first place I heard it too.
Jeremy Hammer hit me with that.
I heard a lot of my first
10 or 15 years ago. But
fat under the pubic area.
No, fatter upper pubic area.
Fatter. It's like, women have that, man. Yeah. They have that extra belly.
Well, sometimes.
That's an extra belly they have.
Sometimes a guy have it. You know what I mean? You get that.
Yeah.
You get that FUPA. And,
FUPA. Just the same way
you lose some unit, You
got to, don't you?
You lose some unit. It's still there. Your unit's still there, but you can't see it.
That's the dicky do. That's what them old OGs from the Patty's place, you say, you got one of them dicky doos. And I said, what's that? Your belly hang out farther than your dicky do.
You say, damn it, boy. Damn it, boy. One of them dicky dudes.
I used to play with it. Anymore, I get serious with it.
That's right.
So then you learn some old stuff up here on the hill,
Well, you don't anymore.
You don't anymore. It's closed.
Officially.
Yeah. Me and Brent were trying to get, Brent was, and I was just there to support. I was trying to get a last little get together, but they had a little card tournament on the Wednesday and flew out of there, man. Flew out of there.
So the card tournament was what they shut down with?
Something. All the years known for that good music or hail raising.
And they shut it down with a card tournament.
Little poker tournament.
Huh.
Karaoke, I guess. Saw Lindsay up there singing. Lindsay is Barry's daughter. So.
Well.
One more thing about the age. I never got this out. We're 37 and 36.
Yeah.
My oldest child is 15. So he'll be 15 next month. If they are closer in age to him than me.
Oh, it's why it didn't.
Pervert.
Pervert.
Yeah, 100% pervert status.
Pervert. Yeah. Oh yeah, all day long.
How are you? Oh, I like when like people come, like when I'm having like anything done. You're just making a small conversation. Like, oh yeah, when did you graduate? 2017.
Yeah.
Oh hell.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, somebody, pervert. I was at the grocery store the other day, and I walked up, and the girl behind the counter, she hit me with a, "Hey, how are you?" You know, real excited. I said, "Hey, what about it, kid?" She said, "Kid? I ain't no kid." I turned around and looked. I said, "Really?" She was, "Well, kinda." I said, "How old are you?" She said, "I'll be 17 in 2 days." I said, "I'm 20 years older than you." I said, "I'm 20 years older than you are. When I was your age, you weren't even thought about yet." So yeah, you're a kid. You're a kid compared to me.
Let's ask the courthouse what they think about that. Let's ask the judge what they think about you.
You're a kid. Yeah.
Unless you're in Salina, that's legal.
No, there you go.
But
I don't believe that, Salina. I don't take that as legal advice.
I mean Salina in Illinois.
Oh yeah.
I would never disparage the good name of our brethren over here in the
part of Tennessee,
the other part of our county.
Yeah.
So where I'm having a show, I'm glad to have a show in Salina. Matter of fact,
and that's Salina, Tennessee,
September
not
4th.
Salina, Illinois.
But the hell with those perverts in Salina, Illinois.
I'm tired of them running around acting like they do. Truth.
Salina, Tennessee, however, we're going to be in the good graces of those fellas with Chris Knight, Addison Johnson, September 4th. Doors
open. What else
open.
have you got to do? You bring Chris Knight someplace. What else you got to do for him?
Ain't nobody else bringing Chris Knight around here, but
all I want to know is
Dustin Kennedy
what
and
else
Lee
you
J.
want?
Amonette, Eagle Auction and Realty. We're bringing Chris Knight.
What else do you want, Slime?
So let me tell you something. When I threw a little logo on there, I'm actually the booking agent for Mike DeMeza now. Also, good. I just went ahead and did that.
Yeah.
So I put a little logo, Dustin Kennedy Entertainment. I'm getting a hard time for people, you know, because hey, guess what? In little towns, you do something different, gonna make fun of you. Gonna make fun of you. Start a podcast.
Here's the thing. You worry too much about that shit.
I don't.
Don't worry about it.
That's what I'm getting at. I don't. It's been. What is it?
Fuck them.
Say it in the microphone with your little raspy voice. Yeah. Oh, because guess what? Ain't nobody else bring Chris Knight to Clay County.
Ain't nobody. What else you want? Everybody was like, "Oh, I don't know about that, but that's pretty cool."
I'm tired of being damn humble about things. You know what I'm talking about? Humility's now never been my middle name, and I'm tired of getting on here each and every week.
Here's the thing. Humble and you have never been used in a sentence.
I ain't never ate none of that damn humble pie. I plan on starting today, because guess what?
Crow.
If people want to make fun of the podcast with Lucas Hickman brainchild did 5 years ago,
fuck them.
Here we are, baby. We're still alive, still kicking. Y'all still listening. Whether you're friends or you're haters, are we famous enough to have haters? It's like them dumb dipshits running around in them redneck hillbilly trucks going locally hated. No, nobody really gives a shit. You're not locally hated, tough guy.
Yeah.
Who hates you?
Who hates you? You know, let's get.
Why do they hate you?
Tell me who they are and what you did to them.
And what you did. Yeah.
What'd you do that was so bad that you had that you had to put a label on the back of your truck for them? Nobody hates you. You know, there might be some people that go, you know, he's kind of a dipshit. But,
yeah,
but I don't think anybody hates you.
No, nobody hates you.
There's a few people go, you know, bless his heart. You know.
A little bit of a retard.
Yeah. You know, some people go, see, wear a helmet, you know, all day. All right, you know, bless his heart, you know. But nobody hates you.
So, yeah.
You know, your truck's not that nice to think somebody's hating on you for how nice your truck is. You know. You're not locally hated.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Man, you step out in your Wrangler blue jeans and you cut your sleeves out of your shirt plumb down to your belt. You know, locally hated.
Browning.
Yeah.
Not a Browning, just the Browning Company.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that's the one I saw the other day.
Okay. I just, so yeah, here we are 5 years later with the podcast. So, I'm thinking about the North Springs Music Festival last year, and I'm in a small establishment, and some little dipshit said, "Put me on the bill. I want to be on the North Springs Music Festival." Locally hated. I was feeling the local hate from this boy, obviously not supporting the North Springs Music Festival. So what do? We got bigger and badder. I don't know. Alex Williams on tour with Cody Jinks coming to North Springs. Julie Roberts, she ain't going to break down here.
She going to wake up older, though.
She going to wake up older, and she going to sing in North Springs for the North Springs Music Festival. Brought to you by Dustin Kennedy Entertainment and all my great 30 to 40 sponsors. Then guess what? Then while I'm planning that, boom, Chris Knight, the biggest, the greatest singer-songwriter of our era, of our generation.
What else do you need, really?
Coming to Salina via Eminex, Eagle Eminence Realty and Auction and Dustin Kennedy Entertainment. So I walk in the tavern and my buddy, who I think is giving me crap, says, Dustin Kennedy Entertainment. I said, work my ass off all day, every day when I ain't doing, because you know where I'm at with my breaking point right now. About time I need to be in a padded wall somewhere, because you know what I do? I'm got a very high demanding sales job that I have to work at every day, right? Then on top of that, I'm bringing a GD festival to my farm. I'm bringing Chris Knight. I'm working on this podcast with you. I'm working on trying to find Mike DeMeza dates to book the rest of his 2021. Oh, by the way, I've got my wife I have to try to please and satisfy a few times a week, on top of my damn demanding-ass children, 14, 5, and 1. That guess what? As soon as I walk in the door, my crackhead 5-year-old has got me held hostage for 2 hours when I sneak away from him for a minute, I get in the plane goody goo goo with my 1-year-old, while my 14-year-old might give me enough time to go upstairs and play a little Madden, and he beats my ass in and it wears me out. So guess what? I don't have time in my life for anything, much less hate. Locally hated. Or Dustin Kennedy Entertainment.
Nationally, worldwide,
like it, love it, or suck it.
That's what it is.
We're working hard, and I'm still working on more stuff.
You know, the only problem I have with any of that is a few times a week. What's the greedy for? Which one of y'all is what I want to know.
Listen, I ain't talking about sexually. I'm talking about loving and nurturing and just caressing her face and saying, "God dang, girl, you're looking so beautiful today."
You know,
come here to me.
Let me tell you, there's been 2 things that you've said that's never been put by your name: humble and nurturing. Those 2 things, neither of those 2 things have ever been put beside your name.
Well, I'm a nurturing, humble son of a bitch to starting today, Lucas. Starting today, you know what you're going to call me? Dustin Roger Elliott Nurturing.
You need another name. Right.
Dustin Roger Elliott Kennedy, the most humble, nurturing son of a gun known to man.
And he's having a hard time holding his gators down.
I can't hold them down. I can't, because you know what?
Woo!
Limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing, and I'm having my shoes cost more than your house. Buy your tickets to the North Springs Music Festival. Eventbrite.com, $35. Chris Knight, $30. You can't go to Nashville. You can go to Nashville, see him at City Winery. That's fine. That's about $75 tickets, because you got to buy a membership for the City Winery. Then you got to drive to Nashville. You got to drive buy their $4
Who
beer.
wants to drive to Nashville?
Not me most of the time, but I'm letting you bring your stupid ass coolers in, not even charging you for anything. Not even charging you for anything. Just bring you common sense. Buy JB's barbecue. Don't be a tight ass and buy some stupid. Get JB's barbecue. No, hate.
Not to disparage the good name of. But
no, I eat there all the time.
JB's a different level, you know, and it's something you ain't getting every day. Put your money in your wallet. Come get some JB's.
No, I don't mean to disparage.
Jeanette and Barry.
I've been eating that for 20 years. I'm not saying a bad thing about it.
But Jeanette and Barry will bring that stuff and put you in a coma.
Well, if nothing else, I'm greedy, and they're my sponsors.
Well, yeah.
So even if I thought their barbecue sucked, I would still say, "Hey, come get the JB's barbecue." Yeah. But luckily, in this case, their barbecue is top notch.
It's fantastic.
I just had it over at Ferguson. Shout out Blake Allen, Bradley Crowder for inviting me over for a customer service day. I went over there and ate me some chicken, some beans. I love it. I love
their beans are the best. I was just thinking about their beans whenever I was talking, but I thought maybe they're not going to have beans. Maybe there'll be people showing up trying to get beans because I've talked about them, and then they're not going to have them, and then I would feel bad. So I didn't bring them up, but then you did. So now I'm going to tell you, I had a plate of those, or not a plate, but a big tin pan of those beans in my refrigerator, and you know what I did? I shoveled them.
You shit a lot.
I shit a lot, and I shoveled them in my face. Just kept shoveling them. I love them.
I love them.
I love them.
I love them. I love them more than you do.
Probably.
Why is that?
Because I don't.
Why is that? What does that mean? Probably. Probably.
I mean.
I'm proud of our accomplishments.
Same too.
I think. Yeah. I'm gonna every time I hear somebody talk behind my back, I'm gonna make a 3.5-inch vinyl sticker called douchebag on it. And I'm gonna find their vehicle and slap it on there next to a locally hated sticker.
Well, you know,
F off is what I'm gonna say. EFFOFF.
I would. I don't know why you'd listen to it. I don't know why. I don't even know why you hear it. I don't even hear it. Here, somebody.
Give me a beep.
Here, no, hold on.
Give me that beep button.
No, hear me. Tell me our podcast sucks.
Lucas, I heard nobody thinks our podcast's any good.
Okay, we'll come back when you stay longer.
Okay. I can't believe they even started to do a podcast. They live in Hermitage Springs in a basement.
Well, how's your mom and them?
Well, Rod Davis actually got that trademarked. You can't use that, actually.
Hey, Rod Davis,
No, Rod Davis don't even think
yeah, he does. If he,
I love you, Rod. And now he don't. Rod, you messing with my money now, Lucas. Don't be messing with my emotions like messing with my money. Okay, well, I can't believe Dusty Kennedy thinks he's really doing something at North Springs Music Festival.
How's your weather? The weather's getting better. I like it how it is outside.
I hope so. Whole better weather.
Yeah.
But why? Who you think he is getting that logo, that big microphones at Dusty Kennedy every time? What do we think he is?
The other day I was driving down the road and I saw the prettiest baby deer close to your house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you think of when you see that beautiful.
When I start hearing that hate like that, it don't even like I turn off.
I just like to tell them, well, you
know, your opinion is your opinion, and I don't have to validate your opinion by giving you a response.
Well, I'm being silly. It don't matter.
It don't matter, but it bothers you a little bit.
It's just that I understand where we are and who we are. And we've talked about it for 5 years.
Yeah.
When you do something different, it's going to get that. When that same dipshit up there at the lake one time said, "What are you going to do? Put me on your podcast?" That boy been dead to me 5 years.
You going to put me on your podcast? No. Nope.
But if you drown and I throw you a bowling ball, brother, bet that. Bitch.
If you're drowning and you see my hand coming, it might be pushing you down.
You may not. I would just tell people that. You might not like it. You may think it's stupid, but your wife loves it.
Yeah.
Your mama too. I'm at that age. I'm at the right age. Your mom and your wife likes it. Your mom and your wife likes it.
There's another thing that we need to do for people, because you may not have been dealing with it as long as I have or as much as I have, but we need to help some people out. Maybe we'll do it next time. We need to give everybody some comebacks for whenever somebody tells you how fat you are, hit you with that, you gain some weight. We need to give everybody some comebacks for that at some point in time, because I've been dealing with it long enough that
comebacks
that I've been dealing with
some weight, ain't you?
I had you.
Well, I can lose weight. You're always going to be ugly.
Yeah, that's the pot calling the kettle black. That's the fat calling the kettle a pot. I've slapped a man right in his man titties. Just reach over and flop his tit up. Whenever he does that. Well,
Why don't you tighten him up, Halls?
They say, you got a little weight, ain't you? Reach over. You don't even have to say anything. Just reach over and, just you shrug your shoulders and flop their man tits a little bit. That's depending on who it is, that's the most demoralizing one you can really hit them with. If they say,
hit them with that chip dip.
If they've been fat for a while and they say, boy, you gained a little weight, hit them with that tip flop. And
that's what this boy done to me last year. This boy been bigger than 3 double wide trailers his whole life, and I didn't recognize him. He was the one up there acting a fool and talking about hollering. Then I was like, who is this dude hollering my name?
Yeah.
So I walk up to him like, oh, man, all respectful to him. I was like, sorry, I didn't know who you was. Yeah. He's like, yeah, I've lost a lot of weight. Okay, cool. I can tell, man. Good job.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I've got bigger than the house. I said, no, you've been that big, ain't you? Oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. You're trying to make yourself feel better. And now you want to take it out on other people that you were fat your whole life because that was really your fault. And now you've still got a complex because you still really, it's just a matter of time before you get fat again.
But sometimes you.
But anyway, you gotta, somebody hit you with the, boy, you're a little heavier than you was last time I say, and you say, yeah, what's your point? What's your point? Hit them with the what's your point if you really want to make them uncomfortable. And just stare at them in the eyes. That's what I like to do. That's my favorite one. Tell me, you gained a little weight, didn't you?
As you should have said, your wife still like it from behind. You could hit them with that. Yeah. Then even if you don't even know their wife, but I bet they'd be wondering.
Yeah. They'd have to wonder. Or slap them on the titty like I said earlier and say, give it to your wife. She liked it last time I said it. Last time I knew about it.
Oh, man. Talking about guys who look different after 20 years, have you seen my man Fred Durst?
He's got dad vibes, is what I heard.
So I listened to the Conrad Thompson podcast with Jeff Jarrett, okay?
Uh-huh.
Now, Jeff Jarrett in the mid-2000s had a certain look, and I tweeted this. I tweeted this to Conrad because Conrad said, "Hey, Jeff, have you heard about our man Fred Durst?" And he said he come out looking like you at Lollapalooza 21. Now, hold on, before you do this. So I tweeted him. I heard it on the way to work.
Uh-huh.
So then I got intrigued. So when I got to work, I looked it up before I started my day, and I was like, "Holy crap!" And I said, when Conrad told Jeff that Fred Durst stole his look, I was curious but couldn't imagine what he meant, knowing what I've always known Fred Durst to look like. But man, here we are. This is Jeff Jarrett in the mid-2000s. And his
no kid.
TNA. You remember Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah. Well, I didn't remember his hair and everything looking like that.
Let it.
Look at that. Looks just like Fred Durst did.
No, look at Fred Durst now.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You sent me the picture the other day.
Fred Durst?
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you sent me that. I had no idea. I didn't realize he had picked somebody. I just thought he got older. You think that's an outfit?
I don't think that he meant to look like Jeff Jarrett in 2010.
Are you sure? Because he's wearing red sunglasses or red glasses, just like.
If anybody's not seen this, Fred Durst, Lollapalooza 2021, he's got like your grandpa's hair. He's got like the grandpa from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. He's got one of those people. But Clint Fairley said he killed it. Is that a real? Is that?
I don't know if the hair is real. This is obviously real.
Well, the Fu Manchu is real,
but I can't tell whether the hair is real or not.
I mean, did he get it? Because I was like halfway listening. Because that's JEFFJARRETT right there. Look at Fred Durst. Fred Durst was cool in 1999 and 2000. He was the epitome. Like he was. He was the.
His face has even changed. Maybe it's I've never seen him without a hat on. Maybe that's the thing.
He was kind of like the father of rock rap.
Yeah.
In the early 2000s, he was he was like screaming top of his lungs, but also doing it with Redman and Method Man and all that stuff. That I just can't get over him looking like that.
It's so weird.
With his little bomber jacket on and his polo underneath.
He's got that polo on it, and it's that members only jacket that he's got on there.
He's wearing khakis.
Yeah.
He
sure is.
Those look like knit khakis, but I can't believe that.
I used to, right here, Fred Durst hair. Let's see if he put it on.
He did it for the geriatric nookie. Geriatric nookie. Like, it looks like he went from banging Christina Aguilera to banging Blanche from the Golden Girls.
Yeah. Christina Aguilera better switch me chairs so I can sit next to Carson Daly and Fred Durst and hear Margaret over who she gave head to first.
That was Marshall. Yeah. I know that lyric any day of the week.
Look here. Look how old he got when he just shaved off.
He's 50. So means he was 30 at the top of his, about 30 when he was at the top of his game.
No kidding.
I just can't believe that's real.
I can't either.
I don't want that to be
I don't
real.
think that's his real hair. I bet he's bald, realistic.
Well, he is bald, Lucas. He was bald. That's why his hair, they said he got some sort of
so you
transplant.
You think this is a transplant? If it is, that's the best hair transplant of all time.
I mean, it's a lot.
It's
that or a toupee. There's no in between.
Yeah,
it's a toupee or a.
Yeah, I'm thinking a hairpiece because that only Lewis Hamilton is the only other person I've ever seen have that good of a hair transplant.
I don't even know who Lewis Hamilton is.
He's a F1 driver and he had the best. This is what $400 million can do for you. Look, he had the best hair transplant ever. Look how good it took. Look right here.
Sorry, I'm texting.
I know. Look how good his hair transplant took.
Yeah.
This is before and after.
Well, he's blacker in the second picture. How'd he get more hair and blacker? Well,
look at that.
He's light skinned in that. He must have a filter.
In 9 years, look how much hair he gained.
Yeah.
That's what $400 million will do for you.
I wouldn't spend $400 million just to get hair back.
No.
I would just grow a beard and stop.
I'm not saying he spent $400 million on it.
No.
I'm saying his bank account grew by $400 million.
I understand. Well, he looks like he turned more than hair there.
Yeah.
Look like he's batting for another team on that photo.
Look like he swapped sides right here in this one. So I don't know what happened there.
Looks like he's trending. Hey, shout out to our listeners who always give us good feedback.
Yeah.
Brittany Daly, Brandon Cooper. Sorry if I'm missing anybody else. The Marlon story was a hit. Don't tell me you've already forgot about Marlon, the security guard.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Now. Yeah.
I personally went back and listened to that part a couple times just after people started messaging. So I encourage anybody that goes to the Ocean Reef in Panama City, say what's up to my boy Marlon. He is white. Don't let the name fool you. He is white.
He's not a Wayans.
He's a cracker. He's not a Wayans. He's not a Marlon Humphrey that plays for the Baltimore Ravens. He's a big old white boy. Goes about 4 bills, and he's a sensational human being.
Just from what I remember, he's a big unit.
Big old unit. But he's a
decent working, hard-working young
man.
A
young, honest young man who has a big heart and an even bigger
gut.
No. Velcro shoe. I was going to say, I forgot the word Velcro for a minute, but
you're a big unit when you got a Velcro them shoes.
It's just like, tell me you got diabetes without telling me you got diabetes, There's my Velcro shoe at 20 years old, I don't know, maybe. Also, Alana Carpenter, old friend Alana, she never ceased to amaze me breaking out the old clips on me. She said something, she texted me a thing the other day, and it said, colonize Mars in quotation marks and question marks. And I said, I don't understand the context. She said, when you and Lucas argued about who had the more interesting life, Elon Musk or Dennis Rodman, and Lucas give this long answer about how all the good things Elon Musk done versus your thing about Dennis Rodman. And she said, I don't know why it tickled me. She said, but Lucas was dead serious about all the accomplishments that he done, and all of a sudden all the best you come up with was colonize Mars. What does that look like? I'm still confused about it. I don't even know what colonize Mars means because I'm not smart enough. Like he wants people to live on Mars? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Colonize Mars?
Elon Musk is wanting to.
No, but why would he?
He's not going.
What has Mars ever done for Elon Musk that he was like, you know what? I feel bad because there's nobody up there. What the world needs is more people on Mars.
I would go. Listen, hush for a minute. I would go into it and tell you about it, but I don't really feel like you care, so I'm not going to.
Well,
I'm not going to talk about
that's the truest damn thing you've said in a while. Yeah. But instead of worry about people on Mars, why don't we give some people to Rhode Island or New Hampshire? Or up there in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Who wants to live in Bismarck, North Dakota?
Shout out my boy Royal Smith from my work, he's a kid who ain't been at Tutco very long. He come through the warehouse. He listens to the pod.
Yeah.
Shout out our new listeners who has nothing to do while he's slanging boxes in that hot warehouse, but listen to the OLR. He goes, hey, boy, I'm from Pierre, South Dakota.
No shit.
Ain't nobody. People from Pierre, South Dakota ain't even from there. Nobody gives a shit about Pierre, South Dakota.
It's so cold up there. What are y'all doing? Just move out.
He lived there when he was a kid. He said he was born there. And
hey, they're on a different level up there too. Like
you could literally, but wait, what do you mean?
Well, this don't have anything to do with what you were going to say. Like with cattle, we get truck drivers from all over the place that come get cattle, right? They're the only two that I've ever stepped back and thought, what in the hell are y'all doing? Or have both been from one of the Dakotas. Because there's this one guy, like you get the wildest cattle that you've ever seen in your life that'll just run everybody up the wall. And this one kid will stand in the corner playing on his phone, or have his rattle paddle in his hand. He'll just be sitting there, and the cattle will run right past him. He's like a ghost that just walks through there. And I run up in there, and a cow like turned around to come back towards me, and he just put his paddle over in front of me to stop me. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't know he was anywhere around. And he just walked up and put his paddle in front of the cow and put him back down where he was going, and just walked in behind him and shut the gate behind him. I said, what was you hiding behind up here, your big-ass balls? He goes, yep. And that's all he said. Another guy I met from South Dakota, I said, hey, I'll bring these next three up to you. Just get behind your gate, and then I'll bring them up to you, and I'll shut the gate behind him. He said, you got it, dude. I come up through there.
Hit you, Michelle Tanner.
He's standing 8 foot in front of the gate, not behind anything. He's standing 8 foot in front of the gate, just standing there, letting them run straight towards him. You know what they did? They veered around him. Just had just like man energy coming off of him. Didn't give a shit about them cattle coming straight at him. I don't ever see anything like it.
I don't understand it.
Right.
I don't understand none of that.
Right.
Anything you just said,
right.
I don't understand that.
I know.
Because I don't understand what goes on up there in those people's worlds.
Yeah. It's so cold, they don't give a shit about anything else. They're ready to die all the time because they think at any point in time I can freeze to death. So life could be shortened at any point in time.
People say they want to go on a 7-day tour of Alaska. Why?
I have no idea why they want to do that.
Why would you want to do that?
I do believe that parts of Alaska are warmer than what it is in North Dakota.
I would rather go to Hershey, Pennsylvania than go to Alaska.
You at least get to see a chocolate factory. You know what are you going to see when you get up there? A caribou? You're going to try to get eaten by a polar bear? Is a grizzly bear going to come like snatch your life away from you?
I don't even know what a caribou is.
Look at him. I'm going to over here. I'm going to look at this damn caribou.
Is it a deer? Is it an antelope?
Hey, listen.
What is it? It's
listen
a caribou.
to this. I heard 2 stories where people got attacked by bears. You know where they're both at? Fucking Alaska.
Who wants to go there? Not
this
me.
guy was sitting there looking at a herd of caribou walking through. He said there's 1,000 of them. He thought, I'm going to get a little bit closer to it. He starts walking down this trail that he thought was a trail, but it wasn't a trail. So he gets closer down through there, and he thought, well, that's a weird-looking rock, and he just keeps walking. In Alaska, where there's a bunch of bears, you know what that was? It wasn't a weird-looking rock. It was a big-ass bear. And you know what he did? He got too close to it because he thought it was a rock.
Died.
He didn't die.
Oh.
He did get life-lighted out. But you know what he was?
That's a charge, unless he's got...
You know what he was? He was 17 hours away from a life flight. Who's 17 hours away from a life flight? People in Alaska.
In Alaska. That's why they says shipping to the lower 48 because nobody even wants to ship to you. Nobody wants to ship to you.
You know what's the same distance? Hawaii and Alaska. They're both 4,000 miles from Tennessee.
Let's see. Kara's cousin didn't get married in Alaska, did she?
Nobody gets married in Alaska.
I would rather spend a week in Battle Creek, Michigan. I would rather spend a week in Montpelier, Vermont. I would rather spend a week in the capital of Georgia, Macon, than spend a damn second in Alaska.
I would all of those except for the Michigan part.
What do you got against Battle Creek, Michigan?
It's cold up there too.
It's not Alaska.
If you
get eaten by a bear, you're not 17 hours from AirVac coming to pick you up.
That's true, but you've got that lake effect snow. You're close to the lake up there, the Great Lakes up there, and they're cold as shit. And it's a whole different kind of cold when it's up there like that.
I would rather live in Saskatchewan.
I'd be there. I'd do that.
Yeah. I would rather live in...
Name 6 more places.
Pull me up a state. I don't need no cities. I just need a state map. This is how bad Alaska sucks. Don Asbury, I think, went on an Alaska cruise.
Everybody I've ever heard says it's fantastic.
So beautiful. No, it ain't. Look here. I would rather go...
Can we zoom in some? Hold on. Let's go to a few places.
I would rather go to Lincoln, Nebraska. I would rather go to Sioux City Falls, Iowa.
Yeah.
I would rather...
Here's a place that... What about Santa Fe, New Mexico?
Been there. I'd love to go back before I'd go to Alaska.
How about Albuquerque?
Albuquerque's. How about Albuquerque? That's where Cactus Jack came from. Bang bang. You know.
Tucson, Arizona.
How about Chandler? Right on the.
I don't want to go here. This is like the hottest place in the United States. Hot right here. Okay. We don't want to go there. I'd go to Nogales.
Go back
Mexico.
Up. I want to go to
Asuncion or Ciudad.
I'd go to El Tap. I don't know what that means.
I wouldn't hit Juarez. I know I wouldn't go there. I tell you where I would go back to. And let me just.
I'd rather go to butt bang in San Francisco, California, before I'd go to Alaska.
Alaska. I wouldn't go to Alaska either. Right here, Santa Ana, California, right there. Oxnard, you got it. San Diego, beautiful.
I'd rather spend a week on the streets of Compton at a Crip community wearing blood clothes. I'd wear a red hoodie on the streets of Compton
as opposed to going
before I'd go to Alaska.
I don't want to go.
That's where I'd go.
I don't want to go.
Tell me what this means.
Tell me.
There's an old myth. Garth Brooks just supposedly did a concert in the Titan Stadium. It got canceled because the Thunder Rolls and the Lightning did actually strike, and they canceled the concert.
Right.
And it popped up a legendary quote that maybe Waylon Jennings said, maybe he didn't say. Okay. It's always been credited in folklore that Waylon Jennings apparently was not a fan of Garth Brooks when he came out on the scene. And the quote, excuse my language, as if we hadn't already dropped enough cuss words today, he said, Garth Brooks did for country music what Pantyhose did for finger. F-U-C-K-I-N-G, because I refuse to cuss on this show in the second half of it. So Garth Brooks did for country music what pantyhose did for finger banging, basically.
Huh.
What does that mean, Lucas? I've tried to wrap my head around that quote for a long time. And by all accounts, Waylon would have been off the booger sugar by then. He'd been thinking a little more clearly by the time Garth rolled around.
I don't know how it's a valid comparison.
I'm a fan of analogies.
Yeah.
If there's an analogy, I love to be part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I mean, I get what both of them are. Well, I know what pantyhose did to, that triple tickle flip with the thumb extension. You don't get quite the extension that you used to.
Well, it's
JENNINGS.
Well, the thing is, Lucas, what girl are you touching that has pantyhose? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like what?
Her name's Glenda. Her name's Glenda. If it
you don't think you've ever met an attractive Glenda in your life?
I can't think off the top of my head.
Bro, we probably got 3 Glendas fired up at you right now because
I want all you Glendas that are listening right now to send us some pictures.
Face pictures.
We
ain't trying to get no saggy.
I don't want because any Glenda's old. That's why you don't want
I've never met a Glenda.
Yeah.
Think about it though,
if there's a Glenda out there, send us a face picture. We want to see.
I saw a TikTok the other day. Like we're living in the world where we're about to have some like Grandma Britneys. Like it's like my grandma Brittany, my grandma, Taylor or whatever. Like we're living in my grandma Emily. In 20 years, there's gonna be a grandma Emily somewhere.
I don't know if Garth Brooks ever even Garth Brooks doesn't even know Waylon Jennings. He said, no, never met Mr. Jennings. And for some reason, man, I guess I was the guy that he targeted. It's kind of weird because all of the people that are the reason why I'm in the business, those people say the reason they were in the business was Waylon. So everyone loves him. He's a legend. And I just kind of let it go. I never knew what to say. Yeah, I was definitely the guy that he targeted. And it was funny kind of being the non-traditionalist then. And now everyone looks at me like your stuff is as country as it gets. That is funny.
It is funny.
Yeah. So that's kind of a weird view. It was tough for me because he was a country legend. And for some reason, I was the guy that got the brunt of it. I never took it that personal. I just think he was addressing the different sound in country music and the changing of the guard. That's tough for anybody to handle. The guy's a legend and deserves nothing but respect. That's a classy way to do it.
Well, Garth's pretty classy.
Why, yeah. If there's anybody that's going to toe the line, it's him. Here's Waylon Jennings. Of course, the next generation better not believe everything they hear. At this point, I've been accused of all manner of carousing. Mostly, it's something that I might have done or would have done or couldn't even imagine doing. Pretty soon, it's etched into stone. If I led the life that people think I did, I'd be 150 years old and weigh about 40 pounds. The thing is, we're in this together. The old, the new, the one-hit wonders, the lifetime achievers, the writers, and the session pickers, and the guy who sells the T-shirts. The folks that come on the shows and the ones that stay at home and the watch it on TNN. Those who remember Hank Williams and those who came on board about the time Mark Chestnut, who named his baby boy after me. My friends, this town is big enough for all of us. Waylon Jennings. So maybe he didn't say it, but I'm betting he did. I'm betting he did at some point in time. Because he's Waylon Jennings. He's Waylon Jennings.
No telling what he said. Way more, Waylon Jennings has got some of the coolest lyrics on this one song. I just never understood it. I never understood what a lot of people didn't like. Even Shooter, when he came out on CMT, when they had a 30-minute documentary about him when he first came out there with the Hall of Fame, and they show Waylon's bust from the Hall of Fame. He's like, my dad got the call, and he was like, I don't really give a shit. And I didn't go. He didn't go. I guess Waylon didn't go to his, whatever. And so there's a picture of Garth coming down off these where he used to fly, and it's like oh look, there's Garth Vader. So I'm like, that was still like a little FU Shooter coming right in with man, some of the coldest lyrics, as the brothers would say, on this Waymore's Blues.
Garth Vader is pretty funny.
It is funny, man.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
I still don't understand the analogy.
I don't get it. What about this lyric right here? Who would write this lyric in 2021 in country music? I got a good woman. What's the matter with me? What makes me want to love every woman I see? I was trifling when I met her. Now I'm trifling again. And every woman she sees looks like a place I came in. Looks like a place I came in.
Uh-huh.
I got my name painted on my shirt. I ain't no ordinary dude. I don't have to work. Who's writing that?
I don't know.
Every woman she sees looks like a place I came in.
You know,
that's way
not
more blues.
That's not a Florida Georgia Line lyric.
No, Drew Green ain't even writing that for Florida Georgia Line.
No, Brantley Gilbert ain't writing that.
How would hold on a second?
I sound probably more like Brantley Gilbert right now than I ever have in my
Your
entire
raspiness is turning me on a little bit in a bromance sense, right? Of course, obviously.
Not in a gay way, more like a Viking, like you want to ride my back and hold on to my shoulders, my big like.
No! Stop that! Stop doing what you're doing. I took a really weird moment where I was being a pervert, and you took it another level. Okay,
that's what I do.
There's no Viking sex going on in this.
Oh no! You brought it sex. I said
Google Waymore's Blues now. Okay, Waylon Jennings, Waymore's Blues lyrics.
There's absolutely no chance that I'm spelling it.
No chance. Like that's that Kennedy McMahon chocolate titties.
There you go. You want to say the lyrics?
I mean, that's what I told you to do.
You didn't actually say lyrics. If you did, I was not. I literally wasn't paying attention to you.
Well, I hope. That's YouTube. How about you type in the word lyrics above there?
Because I don't know how to use Google.
You don't even have to.
Yep, there you go.
They sensed it for you. So I want you, if you won't mind, in your Brantley Gilbert voice, to read the lyrics of Waymore's Blues.
Hold on. This right here sounds like it could be Brantley Gilbert, though. I mean, this is this right here. Is this the chorus right here?
Yeah. Well,
because you know what, that if you want to go to heaven, got a DIE, got to put your coat on, and TIE, you want to get that rabbit out of the LOG. That sounds like some
commotion shit. Like a DOG. Now, like a DOG. With my boy Colt Ford, yeah, he's my DOG. Yeah.
That sounds like some shit that he would try to do now. That's what they like to do. They like to spell some shit in the middle of their songs nowadays.
Oh, Sam Hunt would have a.
He'd eat that up. That's who I was thinking of. He'd spell the shit.
He'd say, no, if you want to get to heaven, song. You got a DIE.
Sam Hunt will do A to Z on you, man. He don't care. He'll spit them all out.
No. All right. For us to have absolutely nothing to talk about, that sure was a fun show.
That was pretty fun, yeah.
How to deflate a fully, completely fun show is to get all your plugs in. Once again,
plug them.
North Springs Music Festival, Sweet Bells Barn Sale, $8 admission Friday and Saturday. You can see that on Facebook and Instagram. Sweet Bells Barn Sale, North Springs Music Festival. You know what it is. It's 8 acts: Alex Williams, Julie Roberts, Addison Johnson, Logan Halstead, Rye Davis, The Smoky Knights, Mike DeMeza, Caleb and Leanne. Tickets on Eventbrite. We are moving tickets well. Chris Knight is over 70% sold out. That's eventbrite.com, September 4th. Chris Knight, legendary singer-songwriter. Addison Johnson, up-and-comer. You can get all those tickets. And then go see my boy Mike DeMeza. Doe Creek Bar, 8 to 11 this Saturday, August the 7th. Jeanette Berry wants a big house. I put a bunch of Facebook invites. Go ahead and click on that going. And come out and actually do go. Don't just click go. Do go.
Show up.
And if you know of any music
let everybody
venues,
see your pretty faces. Hey, and by the way, everybody's welcome, from regardless whether you're from Red Bowling or Salina, Illinois, or wherever you're from.
Yeah, and even if you're not pretty, like Luca just said, show your pretty faces. We all know that not everybody in that bar is going to be pretty, but the more you drink, the prettier you'll be.
It's a bar. You don't come because you're pretty. You come because after a while you might be pretty.
Yeah. So that's it. Come see me. If you got a venue, a bar, a tavern, a watering hole, a marina, a private party, a birthday party, a bar mitzvah, a neutering, a court case, a divorce case, a wedding party, anything you can celebrate here in the South, Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, Mike DeMeza will be there if you pay him enough money. Talk to his booking agent, Dusty Kennedy.
Bam.
Dusty Kennedy Entertainment, LLC. Biatch!
Peace out, everybody.
I didn't mean the biatch. Y'all are lovely. I